Hello, good morning, everyone. You're hearing my clock go off in the background. Normally I wait for that to finish before I start my live, but I forgot this morning, so you're gonna hear it go off for the next few seconds, but I'll just keep talking. Welcome to November, you guys. Can you believe it? We made it to November. I hope you guys had a good Halloween last night. I have a really cute project to share with you guys today. We're gonna kick off the November month, the fall season. Halloween's over. We're moving on to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I'm super excited. So I have the cutest little box to share with you guys today. It's so cute. It's so perfect for fall. But first, lots going on in November. November 3rd on Wednesday, make sure you check my blog on November 3rd because there is a new promotion from Stampin' Up! Starting on November 3rd. It's a sneak peek into some of the products that are coming in the new mini catalog coming out in January. And stuff that you can buy this month, just like a sneak peek, little sneak look at for you guys. You guys can order them starting in November 3rd, on November 3rd. So I'll talk more about that in my Facebook Live on Wednesday on my business page. But lots more stuff happening this month. Make sure you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. The Jolly Gingerbread is happening this month. You only have 10 more days to subscribe. You must be subscribed by November 10th to get this kit, and it's going to be so cute. The kit says that it includes supplies to make 15 gingerbread themed gift cards and envelopes, but you can also use it to make Christmas cards and tags. So it's going to be a versatile kit, and I am really excited. And I love the little sneak peek. These are little embellishments, little gumdrop embellishments. I think are so cute. Or maybe those aren't gumdrops. Those are just little swirly candies. Anyway, it's going to be so cute. Make sure you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. There's a link in the video description. Also happening in November, I'm doing a Christmas card Zoom class that is featuring the Tag Buffet kit. It's designed to make tags, but we are actually turning it into a card class that's going to make 18 cards and 12 tags. So you're going to get a ton of stuff, and all the details on this class are in the video description. You have until November 8th to sign up for this class. I think that's the deadline, so make sure you check that blog post. But here's a little sneak peek of the cards. Yeah, they are so cute. So these are the tags, and they are just adorable. So you're gonna get 12 tags, and then you're going to get supplies for 18 cards. So, and the cards are just stunning and just a great way to just get those Christmas cards made. They're quick and easy and just gorgeous. So if you want to be part of the Zoom Tag Buffet class, make sure you sign up. The last day is November 8th. So all the details are in the link on my blog, so that is linked in the video description as well. Watch for Card Crate coming. It's being announced this week, probably on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. I might get it up by tomorrow, but probably on Tuesday. This month's Card Crate is also a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack, and I'm just going to give you a quick sneak peek. We're using the Feels Like Frost DSP, which you're going to get a whole stack of that. You're also going to get some of the blue gems. I think that's what they're called, the blue gems. You're also going to get some beautiful ribbon, and it's just going to be a really easy way to make a stack of Christmas cards. So watch for details on that. That's just a quick sneak peek. That link is not up yet, but it will be up by Tuesday at the latest. I'm hoping to get it up by tomorrow, but might be Tuesday. Bear with me. Okay. You guys ready to see? We have a new host code, November host code. Use this host code when you shop this month. And this month, when your order is $50 or more, I'm giving away your choice of rhinestones. We have 4 different kinds of rhinestones. We have the red rhinestones, holiday rhinestones, the basic rhinestones, and the champagne rhinestones. So you have your choice of 4 different rhinestones you get to choose, and just a fun way to add some sparkle to your holiday season. So make sure you shop my online store using this host code. All right, here is the cute box we're making, and it is... like, I love this daisy. I don't know if you can see the height on that daisy. It is gorgeous. You could also maybe make this, like, maybe it could be a sunflower. I don't know. I think it's just gorgeous as a little daisy. And it's a little slider box. And inside are pumpkin cupcakes from Hostess. These are, I'm going to say, these are pretty good. I had one. They're delicious. But just a really cute fall treat. But I love anything pumpkin. Love all pumpkin treats. So this is right up my alley. But they are so cute, and it fits perfectly in this little slider box. And wouldn't this just be the cutest little treat? You can leave this on your neighbor's porch. You can give it to some coworkers. You can give it to some teachers. Just a really cute way to celebrate fall. We're using the Ornate Garden DSP. And okay, let's get started. Okay, so let's put this off to the side. We're going to start by scoring. And you need a piece of 8x8 cardstock, not DSP, 8x8 cardstock. And this is Old Olive. Okay, let me get out my Simply Scored. We're going to do some scoring on this. Okay, on your 8x8 piece, doesn't matter which side you start with, we're scoring the same on all the sides. You're going to score at 1 and at 2.5 on all 4 sides. You're going to score 1, 2.5, and then you're going to rotate it and do 1 and, nope, not 2, 2.5. 2.5 on all 4 sides. So just keep turning your paper and scoring it at 1 and 2.5. So this paper, 8x8, you can only get 1 per cardstock, but I think it's worth it. You could modify the measurements and make it a little smaller, but let me show you the box again. But what this size does is it reinforces, I don't know if you can see, but it reinforces, you can see how this folds over. It reinforces those sides because you're pulling it to get it in and out of the belly band, and so it just reinforces those sides to make them nice and strong so they don't bend or crack or anything like that. So you really need the bigger size. It's really worth it, but if you are conserving on paper, then you can definitely probably modify these measurements. So go around and burnish on all of those score lines. Just use your bone folder and just keep going around. The burnishing of using your bone folder and burnishing them really makes a difference than just folding it and rubbing it with your hand. The bone folder really just crisps up those folds so they're nice and crisp. Okay, grab your scissors, grab your paper snips or whatever scissors you use, and it doesn't matter which side you use. Again, it's a square and we've scored it the same on all the sides. So just pick one side and you're gonna cut up both score lines until you hit that second horizontal one, okay? So you're gonna do that on all the vertical ones on this side. So I'm gonna go through and just cut them up, and if you have longer scissors, you can use longer scissors. I actually do have longer scissors, but I never feel like I have the control of the longer scissors. Okay. So you have these all cut up just like that. Now on this side, this little flap right here, we're actually going to cut that off, and we're going to cut this at an angle. So we're going to just take that off completely, but we're cutting this tab at an angle. And then we're going to cut off this piece. We don't need that piece. So this is what it's starting to look like. And then we're going to notch in on these tabs. We're just going to cut these, just notch them in just like that. Okay, and then on this one, we're also going to cut at an angle. So that is basically what we're doing. We're going to do this to all of the corners. So I'm going to move over to this corner, and I'm going to cut this one off, and I'm going to cut it at an angle. Then I'm going to cut this piece off, and then we're going to cut these at an angle. And I'm cutting them at pretty sharp angles. It's all going to get hidden by these little pieces anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just hack them up. So that's one side. That's what you want it to look like. Now you're gonna flip it completely over, and you're gonna cut the opposite side the exact same way. So we're gonna cut up those vertical lines up to that second horizontal line. We're just gonna do that on all 4 score lines. And one more. And then we're just gonna trim them up in the exact same way. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to notch in on this tab, and that'll make sure that these side tabs are notched in. I'm going to cut off this piece on that score line, and then just notch these in. Perfect. This side, notch that one, and do the same thing on this one. Notch in, cut this piece out. When you notch in like this, it takes away a lot of the bulk of the cardstock, and it just helps your box go together so much easier. If your score lines are off, or if your paper is cut slightly off, then all these little notches, it'll just help conceal all of that and you'll never notice. So this is what your box should look like once you do all the trimming. All right, and now we're going to use, I'm actually going to use tear tape because I want you to see where all of the adhesive is going. So on all of these outside panels, I'm going to put a piece of tear tape, and this is on the inside of the box. So we're on the inside, working on the inside here. You can use, if you don't want to use tear tape, you can use our Stampin' Seal Plus. That's a great option for a box. You can also use our liquid glue. Okay, this is all. You have those on all of these 4 outside panels. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to add adhesive to all of these squares. And for that, I think I am going to use my Stampin' Seal. So just for speed's sake, because we're going to put these together right away. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of Stampin' Seal to all 4 of these outside squares. Okay, and then all we're doing is matching this score line with this cut line. And you're going to do that on all 4 sides. Just match it right up just like that. That's the basis of your box, and it's so simple to put together, so easy. Okay, now we're going to go through and I'm going to peel off all the tear tape, go around. I'm using my scissors, but your take your pick tool is actually a better choice for tear tape removal. But okay, so all of those have been removed, and all we're going to do is just fold them over and tuck them into the box, just like that. And so that has reinforced your box here. It's nice and sturdy along the edges here because you have that double layer of cardstock. I'm just going to go through and just make sure everything is adhered down fully. Okay, so that is your box. Let's stick your little cupcake in your box. Perfect. Actually, before we put that in there, we are going to do the belly band. Now, for the belly band, I have a piece of that Ornate Garden DSP. This is gorgeous DSP. It's metallic on one side, and then you have really gorgeous patterns on the other. Let's see if I can grab it out of here. But it is gorgeous. There are gorgeous, gorgeous patterns in here. Just beautiful. This one is beautiful. Okay, so beautiful patterns. You can check out that DSP. It's in the annual catalog. But we're going to use a 3x12 piece of it. And I'm going to do my belly band. I'm actually going to start it all the way on one side of the box, just like that. And that's going to help conceal our seam. And I don't score my belly bands because then you're talking like super small score lines, because it needs to be slightly larger than your box. And it's sometimes just a little painful math-wise to score it. So I'm just going to fold it around my box, and I'm just pinching around those edges where it needs to be folded. I'm just doing some light pinching, and then once I have it all kind of pinched together where it needs to go, I'm going to grab my bone folder again, and I'm just going to reinforce those lines. And this is a good time just to make sure that it's nice and straight. Just fold on those pinch lines and just make sure that everything is straight, everything is all lined up, and that'll give you a crisp belly band. And with DSP, it's easy to fold and wrap around, so it's easy to just pinch those. You don't have to worry about score lines. All right, now we're going to fold this up, and you'll see that that belly band fits perfectly, and that seam is going to be right on the bottom in the back, and you're never going to see it. So I'm going to use some some Stampin' Seal Plus. I think I'm going to go this way. Some Stampin' Seal Plus on this, and I'm going to put some adhesive on this end, and I'm going to put some adhesive on this end. So I did it on the inside on one side, and then on the outside of the other side. And that just ensures that when they overlap, both sides are adhered down. So I'm going to put my box in just to make sure that we get a nice fit. And you want it to be snug, but you don't want it to be too tight because you want it to be able to slide in and out. So, perfect. I just love this little paper. Isn't it cute? This box. Okay, now we can put our delicious pumpkin cupcake in. And you can always decorate this with our apple builder punch, make it a little pumpkin treat on the outside, but I just love the daisies, so we're gonna go with the daisies. So I tuck that little piece in there. There we go. Perfect. There you go. That's pretty much your box. All we're gonna do is decorate now. So let's talk about the supplies to decorate. So I have some ribbon. Let's just go ahead and get this ribbon tying out of the way because we all know how painful that's going to be. This is from the Ornate Garden ribbon pack, and it comes in the old olive and it comes in terracotta tile as well. So it coordinates with all of the DSP. And so I'm going to tie a big bow. I'm just wrapping this around, and I'm going to tie a big bow on this side. I'm tying my bow upside down because I have found when I tie bows upside down, they come out better. I don't know why. Somebody can tell me the science around that. Okay, nice big bow. And my ribbon scissors, here they are. Trim that, trim this end. Perfect, so this will go on the bottom of our box, just like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now the rest of our supplies I've already punched and cut. So I have a early espresso circle. This is punched with the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. I have 4 of the small, well, not the small, this is the medium daisy punch, but it's the smaller of the 2 daisy punches. This is out of Berry Vanilla. I've punched 4 of these. I have 4 Bumblebee daisies, and that's punched with the larger daisy punch. And then I have a 3/4 inch circle, and this punch is actually retired, but I think probably a lot of you have that 3/4 inch circle punch. And then I just have a 1/2 inch strip of old olive that we're going to do our greeting on, but we're going to assemble the daisy first. So I'm going to grab a bone folder again, and I'm going to just curl all of my petals. Now you want to be really careful on this because if you get too aggressive, you can pull one of those petals right off. The petals just pull right off very easily. So you just want to lightly curl them just like that, but you don't want to get too aggressive with them. And just go through and curl them, and you want to punch multiples because that's really what makes your daisy nice and full, really gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just going to go through, do these very quickly. Just don't get too aggressive. So this week, demonstrators who signed up for Stampin' Up's convention on stage will be attending virtually. That starts on Thursday night. So demonstrators who attend on stage will actually get to see the new mini catalog, the one that's released in January, and the new celebration catalog. So I am super excited about that. And then demonstrators who are not attending on stage will also get to see it later this month. And then we can pre-order from it. Demonstrators who attend the convention will get a special pre-order. We'll get to pre-order stuff this month. I'm super excited. And then all demonstrators will get to pre-order starting in December. So if you're thinking about joining Stampin' Up, this is a great time. Always a great time, but this is especially a great time because we have all of the on-stage stuff coming up and the new catalogs coming out to celebration. Fantastic time to join. Okay, let's start assembling our daisies. So I'm going to start with one daisy, and I'm going to flip it over. So the curls are going this way, and I'm actually going to flip it over. I'm going to put a dimensional on the inside, and I'm going to put it on my early espresso circle with those curls going the opposite direction. So I don't know if you can tell. So this is the way we curled them, and then I stuck it down the opposite direction. That's actually going to help add a lot of lift to put one going that way. Okay, the rest of these we're going to stack together. I'm going to use my Tombow liquid glue. You could use glue dots would work great. So we're just going to stagger these around. So I'm just going to lay that down, and then I'm going to lay one right on top of it. Just staggering them, making it a really full little daisy. I'm going to put a dimensional on top of that one, and then this is going to go right on top of that. So you can already see the depth we're building with that. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing with this one, except we're just gonna stack all 4 up. So I'm gonna put adhesive on 3 of these. And we're just gonna start staggering them and layering them up just to make a really full, beautiful little daisy. Just stagger them all apart. Lots of different directions, petals going everywhere. Let's see, turn this a little bit. There we go. Just gorgeous, just like that. And after it dries, you can actually kind of floof up some of the petals. And then we're going to add this Early Espresso 3/4 inch circle. You could also use a 1/2 inch circle if you don't want this one to be so big, but I wanted it to show behind the greeting. So we're using the 3/4 inch one. Super cute, right? Okay, so let's add a dimensional. I'm gonna stick that right in the middle of this. I'm gonna add this. So we are already 3 dimensionals high on this, plus all of that layers from the daisies. Okay, let's do our greeting. I'm gonna get all these dimensionals out of the way. I'm gonna do our greeting. I have that 1/2 inch piece. I'm gonna stamp it with the banner year, this one that says Happy Fall, y'all. And I have my embossing powder, my white embossing powder. We're gonna stamp it in VersaMark and emboss it. So give that a good stamp. Now you guys probably won't see this because it's in VersaMark, but I'm gonna stamp it again. I don't like the way it was really crooked. Let's go again. Okay, that's a little better. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Okay, so I poured my embossing powder over that. I'm gonna close everything up before we emboss. So don't end up with embossing powder everywhere. Put all that stuff aside, and we're gonna heat this up. I'm gonna let my heat tool get nice and hot, and then we're gonna emboss with it. And once it changes from a powder to a glossy white, then it's done. So I hope you can see it changing. There we go. Happy fall, y'all. Okay. I'll let this cool for just a second. And I'm gonna bring in my banner punch. And this is actually a bundle. You can get these 2 as a bundle, save 10%. This is the Banners Pick-a-Punch. I use this all the time. All the time. I didn't think I was gonna use it so much, but shockingly, I use it almost on every project. So I'm going to turn it over. I'm adding a little banner end on this side. I'm just going to turn it over and just make sure it's all straight. So I have that all punched. And then we're going to do the pointed end on the other side, but I want to just trim this off a little bit, just so that it's a little shorter, so you can get that pointed end. So I'm going to use the end that makes it pointy on this side, just making sure it's straight. And I think I'm going to take off just, no, actually I'm going to leave that because we're going to put a little bow on that side. So isn't that cute? So it gives a pointy end on one side, a banner end on the other side. Isn't that cute? Banners Pick-a-Punch. Everybody needs that one. All right, we're going to add this with a dimensional, of course. This is going to go right in the middle of our little daisy. This goes right on top. And just like that. And then we're going to add a bow with some linen thread. I'm going to make it a double bow, so I'm going to pull off enough, fold it over. Let me cut it. I can't do it on the spool. I was going to try to attempt it, but no sense. It's already going to be a bow on camera, so no sense trying to complicate things. So I just folded that over just to get a double bow. And let's see. Just going to make that look good. Linen thread is done. This side's still a little long, so let me trim that up, and let me grab some glue dots. It's from Paper Pumpkin. I really love the Paper Pumpkin glue dots. They're so easy. I'm just gonna peel the backing off and stick that on. Now we just have to stick this onto our box, and you guys guessed it, we're gonna use dimensionals for that. So I'm gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna put, let's see, my green is going this way, so I'm going to put a couple on each side. Probably got one too many. Okay, so a couple on each side, just like that, and maybe one in the middle. That'll hold that ribbon in place. probably overkill on the dimensionals, but that's okay. Peel these off. Peeling dimensional backings and tying bows are definitely the most stressful things to do on camera. All right, and this is just gonna go right on top of the box, just nice and centered. I'll push that out, just make sure that it's all nice and secured. And that, you guys, isn't that cute? That is your cute little daisy box. Just, it's so fun, it's so elegant, it's just, I love it. I love the height of it. If you put this on a card, you'd definitely be paying extra shipping, but because it's on a 3D project, you can just stack those dimensionals as high as you want. Now, if you really wanted to really stack it up, you could put dimensionals between every layer of petals, but I think that might be a little overkill, and that's coming from me. So, the dimensional queen. So, I love dimensionals. I go through them so quickly. I love adding dimension to everything. So, but I just love this box. I hope you guys love it too. If you want to order any supplies, please make sure to head to my online store. Shop using this host code. This is the new for November. This is our new host code. Make sure to check out my blog for all the details on the November specials. November 3rd, remember, a new Stampin' Up special will be announced. This will be on my blog tomorrow morning. So you can check out all the details, measurements, everything on my blog, supply list, all of that on my blog tomorrow morning. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'd love if you share it with your friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, have a great day, you guys. I'm so glad you joined me, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.